Okay, so we continue Bezrat Hashem with our medical treatments laws of Shabbat. You know, as we mentioned last time, people think that medical treatments something you can do like on mundane days, and that's not the case here. Shabbat is a special day, and on certain cases you permitted. Remember that if we have a toothache or we have eye and tooth, means to sign something on the heart. It can influence the heart. So this is something you don't wait, you don't hesitate. If you need to take him to a hospital or give him every treatment, it is many cases is permitted. So someone who has contracted a serious eye disease, and at some time before the disease comes under control, it causes him an extremely sharp pain in the eyes. He is considered to be desperately ill, and we must do whatever is necessary to treat him, even if it involves acts of melacha, or desecrate the Shabbat in some ways, because it's many cases can lead to a life-threatening situation and you should take him to hospital just to be checked out, to eliminate this option. Don't take any chances in sickness in the eye. I'm not talking about if a little dust got to your eye. I'm talking about someone that suffers from eye pain, pink eye, something like can lead to something more serious. Okay?
Does pink eye have any effects to you? So you know you have pink eye?
Yes.
You feel it. It's swelling and it's itching.
Itching and crying.
It's painful.
And it's also contaminated.
If somebody has a really effective of the yeah.
What?
But you get don't you get allergies? There's people that get allergies so bad that they can't even see. Their eyes burn.
Allergies, it depends. The person, everybody knows themselves. I get some allergies here sometimes. I know I take a pill. It's okay. If you have an allergy, like your allergy to peanuts, this is not something to play games. You take him to the hospital immediately.
Yeah.
Or call an ambulance. You break Shabbat, and it's a mitzvah to do it, to save his life. If you feel a little bit, it's the season, and your pink eyes, if you're really bothering you, you may take. If you can, it's no big deal, don't take. But allergy is something very serious. Now, there's a segula, there is a merit to use a little bit of wine from the kiddush and to smear it on your eye as a treatment act of healing. Is that permitted on Shabbat? So the halacha says that if someone suffers from a slight pain in his eyes, he may utilize the popular treatment of dabbing a bit of a wine left over in the goblet after Kiddush onto his eyes on Shabbat, even though his intention is for this to relieve him from this pain. It is permitted as long as it does not purposely blink his eyes repeatedly when he dabs on the wine. Okay, just put a little bit.
It was popular. Maybe back then, no?
Still today. Maybe today the wine has less segulot. Yeah. Less power than them because they're mixing sulfur, they're mixing sugar, I don't know.
I see more people doing it with wine after Havdalah.
No, the Havdalah is a segula for either wisdom and livelihood, so they put in their pockets.
Yeah.
But here is putting the wine inside the eye.
Yeah. To relieve pain.
And imagine that this is a cup that you did, not talking about grape juice, talking about wine. You do special beracha over it. And it has a kedusha, it has some type of spiritual healing to the eye. And it works. I wouldn't say, I don't know if you can do it with every kind of wine. This is not a recommendation. Maybe you want to try it one day. Okay. Maybe you want to try it on a days that it's not during the week time, not during the not during Shabbat, as a test. Someone says, I have a question. He is wearing a contact lenses and he feels discomfort, and therefore he wants to apply the wetting solution to his eye. And this is some type of treatment. This is a treatment for healing the eye. Won't get dry.
Yeah.
Is that considered something forbidden on Shabbat? It's a treatment, medical treatment on Shabbat. The halacha says someone who wears contact lenses and feels discomfort may apply wetting solution on his eyes so that he can wear his lenses in comfort. This is not considered a medical treatment that is forbidden by our sages on Shabbat or by the Torah. Okay? Next halacha. Now, let's say that we have someone that is bedridden and he's moderately ill, and he needs to eat a cooked food, but there is nothing ready there on Shabbat, and nothing is available, or there is only cooked hot food that was made by non-Jews on Shabbat. Okay, let's say he made it for himself, his friend, someone that works for him. You have it ready. Okay? Like some type of oatmeal.
Porridge.
Porridge?
Oh, like cream of wheat or...
Cream of wheat, right. And he just says it's good for him. It's going to make it stronger. He can swallow it. It's easy. Now he's wondering if he can share it with him, or he can ask him to cook something like this for him. It happens all the time, people that sharing dormitory in university, staying for Shabbat, so they have a friend live with them, he's non-Jewish, and he's cooking there, and they're permitted to cook on Shabbat. The question is, if in this case the Jews can enjoy from it. Like I says, if someone who is bedridden and moderately ill needs cooked food for his treatment, and the only cooked food available was cooked by a non-Jew, he may eat this food on Shabbat as long as its ingredients are kosher. If the non-Jew cooked this food on Shabbat, we must first determine that none of the ingredients are muktzeh, for if it are muktzeh, the patient may not eat the food, as explained in the previous halacha. The previous halacha talking about fruits that fell off the tree on Shabbat, which is muktzeh. So can take, apple out of it, or any type of, orange, and make juice.
It's a little bit tricky because there's a lot of ingredients now, especially spices.
Did it count?
They were commonly not, before they wouldn't be mixed, but now they have a lot of this enzymes to keep the freshness, so they don't taste.
So it makes it a little bit complicated, more complicated, but you have to check the ingredients. So you look at the box and see, I think most of the oatmeal today are kosher. It's very easy to find in every grocery store, in the dollar store. It's easy and available. Okay, now, yes.
These days there's some salt shakers, not too many, but there's some salt or pepper shakers where they grind it for you when you take it out. Does that count as muktzeh?
Yeah, cannot use it on Shabbat. Now let's talk a little bit, and maybe we can conclude with that. The next halacha. Let's talk about someone that wants to use a hearing aid, electronics on Shabbat, using an hearing aid, and it's battery operated. And he wants to know if he can carry it. Maybe it's a muktzeh, Shabbat's coming in. Can he carry it on him? It looks like it's a cell phone that it's open. It's a microphone. And we know that electronics devices are not permitted to be used on Shabbat and Yom Tov. Here, it helps him to hear better with it. Can one use it on Shabbat? That's going to be the next halacha.
That was going to be a good one.
Okay, so B'ezras Hashem, hopefully we'll have always good health and never have to use such devices. But it says that it is permissible for someone who needs to use a hearing aid to attach it to his ears on Shabbat as well, and this is not considered engaging in a medical treatment. He must prepare the device before Shabbat begins, since it is forbidden to turn it on during Shabbat. It is likewise permissible to use the kind of hearing aid that are built into the temple of the person's eyeglasses. In either case, it is forbidden for him to switch the device's batteries on Shabbat. Okay? Also, it is permissible, furthermore, for someone to remove his hearing aid from his ears when he wishes to go to sleep, and to put it back again when he wakes up, as long as it is still functioning. Right? So don't turn it off, and then in the morning you turn it on again. This is prohibited. He may go out into the street wearing his hearing aid, even if there is no eruv surrounding the area. If part of the hearing aid is made to be carried in his shirt pocket, some poskim rule that it is nevertheless permitted, as long as he fastened make it tight, right, that part of the device to his pocket with a safety pin. If the hearing aid is attached to the temples of his eyeglasses, he may wear them out in the street as they are, even if he can see well enough without the eyeglasses. It is also permissible for other people to talk to this person on Shabbat while he is wearing his hearing aid. Well, we don't have even a question why they can't talk to him, because we know using microphone on Shabbat is prohibited, not allowed. Now he says, I can't talk to him, this is some type of microphone, but this is his microphone.
I know they have them so small you can't even tell the person has.
Right.
But they still all have batteries, even if they're little. They still all have batteries.
Yeah, so for someone that is really in need, he can do that. I just want you to know that people should not play games with others, saying, I really need. If you need something from Shammai, from heaven, they know that you need. If not, the halacha says, the Gemara says that if one play like he's in need, and he gets charity or makes himself sick, Torah says he will not die till he become one of them. You'll get the sickness. Someone showed that he is blind, he will not die till he get blind. Or he has no legs, or no hand, God forbid, or he's poor. The Torah promise, you will not die till you be like one.
Wow.
So don't play like you are in need when you are not in need. It's very, very serious.
What if you do it as a social experiment?
Sometimes it's different. You're not taking and cheating people. It's just something that you do it, and anyway you share with them later, and you tell them this was an experiment.
I have a question.
Yes.
There's, how they use now they put on the patches. The people that don't smoke on Shabbat. Is it allowed to wear those?
Yeah, you put it before Shabbat, no problem.
So this hearing aid, it's like a watch, right? A watch is constantly on, so therefore you can have one. It's permitted to wear it on Shabbat.
On Shabbat, you can use a watch with a battery. It's no problem. It's not a microphone, it's not a receiver. It's not transmitting anything out. It's just something that operates with the battery. Before Shabbat, it's set up. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, the Apple now came out. The Apple Watch. It's not only a watch. It's also
a phone. Yeah, it's something.
It's a phone.
Yeah, this is absolutely
prohibited. And internet.
This is absolutely prohibited.
Okay.
On Shabbat, it's not a phone anymore. It's like a small device, a small phone.
Yeah.
Cannot be used on Shabbat.
Okay.
What if there's watches that when you go like that, they turn on and they show you what time it is?
No, can use it on Shabbat. Okay, guys, we'll stop here. And please note that we start page 69, halacha 38. Amen. On behalf of Ohev Israel Foundation, we finished the first part of the class. Bezrat Hashem, continue the second part of Musar. Thank you.